I've always seen cooking as a way to connect people. So today I'm going to show you my grandmother's recipe for Russian tea cakes that I've been making since a child. And as a quote from my dad this year, he was very happy when I started making these because they're his favorite cookies and it was the only cookie she would make specially for him. So, following my grandmother's recipe, what you'll need is 3/4 cup of butter, half a cup of sugar, 1 egg, 2 teaspoons vanilla, 2 cups of flour, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 cup of chopped nuts, and optionally you can add chocolate chips and some powdered sugar for dusting. And then as tools, you'll need a mixer or a whisk or a spoon, anything to mix, a measuring cup of 1 cup, measuring spoons, and a bowl to mix everything in. So moving everything over, so the first thing we're going to do is add our 3/4 cup of salted butter. Now if you don't have salted butter, in 2019 Dorothy Kern, a food blogger, said if you need a half a cup of salted butter, you use half a cup of unsalted butter and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, just as a general rule. Then we're going to get our sugar and we're going to use our half a cup of measuring tool, or if you don't, you can use 1/4 cup. And you're going to add half a cup of sugar. Then you are going to cream this together. Make sure you don't do it at too high of speed, and you also need to make sure that the butter's softened, or else you'll just have a giant clump and it'll turn into a giant mess. Then you are going to add 1 egg. A good thing to avoid is don't do it on the edge of the bowl. You need to do it on a flat surface so you don't get as many eggshells inside. Your egg, and then you also need 2 teaspoons of your vanilla. And then you'll mix this all together. Once all of that is mixed together, and you don't do that, you need to add your salt and flour. So 2 cups of flour, 1, 2, and then you add your half a teaspoon of salt. And then you mix all of this together. And make sure not to overmix, because if you mix too much, then it'll turn into a chewy cookie. Once that is all put together, then we add our cup of chopped pecans. And then today we're going to add our optional chocolate, because in 2019, a study by the Harvard said that a long-term effect of eating chocolate is it can reduce your risk of diabetes. So you combine all of this just till it's kind of mixed in through all of this. And then you bring your tray over. Now, when you make the balls, you need to make sure they're 1 inch, so about the size of this. It's okay if they are maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, but the most important thing is to make them uniform size. Then once they're done, you need to bake them at 350 in the oven for 15 minutes or till the bottom of them are golden brown. Now they don't expand very much, so you don't need to make a lot of space in between. Now that the cookies are done, all you need to do is, once they're cooled, you can add them to a bag that's filled with powdered sugar. Put a couple in, and then you can close the bag and shake them so they're all coated and you don't have to spend a lot of time just carefully putting them in powdered sugar. and you just take them out, dust them off, and you got a Russian tea cake. So hopefully you can use this recipe and share them with others, and then maybe ask them about a recipe that they have in their family.